there, and welcome to my Disney Travel Tips again. Today I'm going to be talking about Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party 2015. I was at the very first Halloween party this year and it was a blast. It was actually my first Halloween party ever, and I am so glad I went. I watched several review videos on the Halloween party just so I would know what to expect. And my family had booked only 4 Park Hopper days for our trip that we just went on. And I really was looking for something to give us that little more park time. And that's all my expectations were from the Halloween party, and it met that expectation and so much more. But I also, to be honest with you, I felt like I was at 2 different parties, and I'll go through how this worked. We did get in early. If you have the party ticket, the party doesn't start till 7, but you can actually get in at 4. So we went in early, and we didn't get there at 4 because my family was relaxing by the pool, and I didn't want to rush them out of that. But we were in the park by 5:30. It took a few more minutes longer than normal to get in the park. You go through bag check, you go through scanning your card or your band. Then they put the magic band, not magic bands, but the party bands on you. I still have mine on. And then you go through and get your trick-or-treat bag. That's this. This is one of our trick-or-treat bags. And then you can go on in and ride. I did lose all my fast passes. I had some fast passes booked for during the party time, and I did lose them. But I think it had to do with I had booked them on my Magic Band account, but I hadn't linked my party ticket to that account. So I think it's my own fault. It's nothing Disney did. That was my own fault. So just make sure if you have fast passes booked for before the party time, that however you book those, like if you did it on your MDE account and you're scanning your band, that's how you get in. You can also, when you go in for the party, you can have the party linked to your band, or you can just use your party card. If you're using your band, I would check to make sure that they're not taking off a Park Hopper day if you're going in early. If you're going in at 7, it should automatically take the Halloween party ticket. But if you're going in at 4, I would say to the person, can you make sure this is not taking a Park Hopper day? Because that would not be good. And I think even if that happens, they can go back and fix it and put that Park Hopper day back. So we got in early, and the ride lines were very short. We went straight to Tomorrowland. We rode Stitch's Great Escape. We rode Space Mountain, and we rode Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin very quickly, all very short lines. I think the longest wait was like 10 minutes, and it said 10 minutes, but it wasn't really 10 minutes. So we rode all those 3, and then we went, so by 6:30 we were back over to have dinner. We went into Cosmic Ray's Starlight Cafe for dinner. So we had dinner. We heard the party start. And we heard them announce, for all the people to leave who weren't staying for the party. And we had dinner, and we were out of there, I want to say by like 7:15. Then we split up a little bit. My 2 younger children went to ride Tomorrowland Speedway, and my husband stayed with them. And my older daughter and we went over. The one picture I really wanted was Boo from Monsters, Inc. And I really wanted a picture with her from the dance party. So we ran over to get the dance party picture while they rode Tomorrowland Speedway. Then we met back up. Now we were all done this by 7:30. So within 2 hours, we had ridden 4 rides, had dinner, and gotten a picture with a character. I thought that was a great amount of stuff to have done in 2 hours time. The next little bit of time was not very much fun, and this was my fault, not Disney's. What I had not realized was that the treat lines and the photo lines would be so long. That wasn't really important to me, but I did think, oh, we'll do a little trick-or-treating, and I was like, and the treat lines were crazy long. Like this party, I don't know how to compare it to other parties because I've not been to one before, but it was very packed. There were people everywhere, and the treat lines and the lines for photos with characters were crazy long. So I was like, oh, well, let's go do this. Let's, at first it wasn't bothering me too much. Well, we went to get on Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, and the wait time was like 45 minutes. And my party was like, we don't want to wait that long. So I was like, okay. So then we went down, walking by some other treat lines, and everything seemed kind of long. I think we rode Disney's PhilharMagic, and we went down to the Haunted Mansion for one of the photo opportunities there. But the line there to ride was kind of long too, so we went back and forth, and we really wasted a lot of our own time. Like, if we had just gotten in a ride line, it would have been fine. But we did waste probably over the next 2 hours anyway. I think we passed the Rapunzel bathrooms like 6 times, just because we couldn't make a decision to get in a line, so it was our own fault. Finally, we went and we got in the line for Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, and we made it like halfway up through the queue, and it broke down. And they said it was going to be done for the night, so everybody got out of line. It was back up and running later on. I don't know how long it took, but so at that point, I was really frustrated. I was like, I am never coming to another Halloween party again, even though everything else about it had been really good. So we went from there back to the Haunted Mansion. I said, no matter what the line is, we are going to get in the line and we're going to ride this. It said like a 30-minute wait, and I think it was almost walk-on. Like, we walked all the way through and got to the front right away, and then they ushered us in. So that was really quick. Also, we broke down on that ride, and it was awesome. This was like the turning point. It's funny to say that the breakdown on the ride was the turning point of the night. But we were stuck in the room with the head floating in the ball for, I want to say, almost 15 minutes. And it was so fun. It was so relaxing. Like, everyone was chatting and talking and laughing. And it was just this cool atmosphere. So my daughter was actually like, oh, I hope that happens again. So that was really the turning point. We had a great start to the party. The middle, because of our own lack of decision making, was frustrating. But at that point, everything turned around. So we rode the rest of the ride. We came out, and it was time for fireworks. So this was, let me see, I'm looking at fireworks. And fireworks were at 10, so this was before that, because we headed over to the castle. We wanted to see the fireworks. My husband loves the fireworks. He doesn't care so much for rides, but he loves the fireworks. So we headed over to the fireworks so we could see what was happening. And we got there while they were doing Celebrate the Magic had just started. So we couldn't get near the castle. It was crowded and packed. It was like crazy crowded and packed. And so we couldn't get near the castle. So we ended up standing on right where the bridge there and Sleepy Hollow, the little place where you get the waffle sandwiches, was right there. And that's where we watched Celebrate the Magic. And I was like, oh, cool, that was neat. But I was like, it's way too crowded for the fireworks. Well, as soon as Celebrate the Magic was over, one of the Disney cast members that was on the bridge, she had, the little light wand, and she was like, if you want to watch the fireworks, follow me. So we did. We followed her. And she took us all the way down to Liberty Square, and I was like, oh, this is not going to be a great place to watch the fireworks. It was actually a great place. It was probably one of the best places. And the fireworks were the best I'd ever seen, which I had heard on the other reviews of Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party that they are the best fireworks, and they were by far the best fireworks I'd ever seen at Disney. It was a blast to watch them. They were all actually around us. There was a point where they were blasting off so much it was like daylight. It was just so cool. So we really enjoyed the fireworks. At that point, we still, we had had some fun times and not some fun time. And I think some of my family was deciding, do we just want to leave, cut out of this party. We each had one bag of chocolate-covered cranberry raisins, so the trick-or-treating at that point was a bust. But I was like, okay, let's go ride Splash Mountain. We hadn't ridden it that point. I was like, whatever the line is, we'll get in. And I think there's a couple treat stations on the way. Let's go do that. Best decision ever. we got over there. There was no line. It was, I think the wait time said 5 minutes, and it was just walk on. And then right outside of Splash Mountain is a treat trail. Just they have 2 treat stations in where the line for Splash Mountain normally goes. So we went and rode Splash Mountain, and then we were like, there's no line, let's ride it again. So we did. We went and rode it again because there's no line. You can just go over and over again. There's also a photo opportunity for the hitchhiking ghost there, so we did that. And then we were like, well, let's go do the treat line. We'll at least get a little candy. Well, there was no line at the treat line either. So we went through the 2 treat stations, and we were coming around, and I said, hey, let's do that again. So we did, and no one said anything. It's totally fine to do that. You can do the same treat stations over and over again. So we did that. We went again, and I was like, hey, let's do that again. And I think we went through that treat station, I really don't know how many times, but we did it over and over again for about 15 minutes. Like the cast members were smiling and laughing at us and just, filling up our bags full of candy. So at let's see, so by, let's say 11 o'clock, we had no candy. By 11:20, we had these bags. There were 5 of us, and some of us had gotten 2 bags. So we had 9 bags of candy almost full within 15 minutes because they were just like, hey, you guys are smart, and loaded up our bags with candy. We also went to the Peeps station, which is where you take the raft across the Tom Sawyer's Island. So we got Peeps there, but mostly we just did the Splash Mountain treat trail. Then we watched the parade. The parade was at 11:15, and we caught it right there in Frontierland. So we, where it first starts to come out. So we watched that. That was really cool. When the parade ended, my husband and my older daughter wanted to go back to the hotel. Fine, no problem. But my 2 younger kids and I were just heating up. We were ready to go. It was 11, I don't know what time, probably close to 11:30 at that point. We were ready to go. So they really loved Tomorrowland Speedway. So we went back to Tomorrowland Speedway. I rode twice. I rode once with one kid, once with the other. They wanted to keep riding, so they handed me their candy bags, and I was like, oh, I'll just wait over here by the benches. Well, right outside this Tomorrowland Speedway is a treat station. There were I want to say 7 or 8 cast members there with the bin of candy, and no one to give candy to because the park after the parade just totally emptied out. So they were riding and riding Tomorrowland Speedway. I had 6 of these bags held in 2 hands, and I just would go up. Every cast member, all 6 cast members, would put candy in the bags, and I'd turn around and turn back. And they were like one time I did go to walk to the very, where the line was supposed to start, and the cast member was like, you don't have to walk all the way back there. There's no one in line. So by the time 12 o'clock, they started to roll the candy thing away. We had these bags. I had 3 in my backpack, full to the top, 6 in my hand, full to the top. So we had 9 bags of these 9 bags like this, full of candy. And like I said, after the fireworks, we literally had 1 bag of chocolate-covered raisins each. So trick-or-treating was very not a bust, even though we didn't trick-or-treat till later. On our way out, we caught the last of that show, the Hocus Pocus Villain Spelltacular, on our way out, and then we ran to the firehouse to get the special edition. I don't know if you can see that. I hope it will focus. Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party card. It has Minnie on it. It says Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, Minnie Mouse's Costume Chaos. So this is a card you can only get at the 2015 party. So that was really something very cool that we went for. And we went running. The fire station was closed, but there was a cast member outside holding the card, and we were like, can we still get our card? Can we still get our card? And she was like, yep, let me see your band. We all showed our bands, and we got our cards, and then we were done. Then we went ahead and left. We did take some awesome photos, and I'm going to put those on at the end of the video so you can see. They do have some special magic shots you can only get at the Halloween party, and we did have Memory Maker, so we were able to get all those to download. But it was so worth it. I really was like, I don't know, is this going to be worth it or not? It was one of the best Disney experiences we've ever had, and I highly recommend it. Go and do this. It is so much fun. The costumes are amazing. You know, some people are just, you know, wearing a character t-shirt or whatever, and some people go so far out there, like, you think they can't possibly be comfortable in what they're wearing, but it's amazing. And it was packed, crazy packed. It was not like some of the other reviews were like, oh, there'll be nobody there. No, this was crazy packed, but it was loads of fun, and I would highly recommend it, and you should definitely do it. These are some of our photos. This was Splash Mountain. We were all pirates, so we were a theme. And then outside Splash Mountain, they had the hitchhiking ghosts, and the photographer will tell you to look scared or hitchhike, like in this photo, so that was fun. And these photos are from the Haunted Mansion. They put the ghost into the horseless carriage, and he'll tell you the same, do a funny pose, look scared. Lots of fun, well worth it. And I just want to put a plug in for subscribers. I'm trying to get subscribers, so go ahead and hit subscribe on this video and like. I will be giving away on September 30th. I said I would give away an item from the party, and I'm actually going to give away one of the cards, the Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom card, the one from the party. So that is what I will give away to someone from my subscriber list on September 30th. So hit subscribe and hit like.